So at FADA, you have been one of the most respected dealers in the industry. What are your future plans for FADA? What are your future plans for the dealership market in India?
One of the biggest plans for FADA is to make it even more broad-based. Our goal is that we should be representing 100% of the auto dealer community. So if you are a dealer, you are a part of FADA. That's one of our goals, ambitious goals, but I'm sure we will achieve it with the kind of work that we are doing in FADA. And I think the second approach is to get dealers a very equitable deal. Presently, the relationship between an OEM and a dealer is a little lopsided, where it's mostly the manufacturer who sets the terms. I think we would want to make it more mutual, more balanced, so that we actually work as partners and are not just called partners. Finally, future of dealerships seems to be bright, seems to be very bright. There are a lot of people who have talked about end of dealerships because there's too much e-commerce coming in and happening. But I guess online and digital happened in the West, specifically the US, almost about a decade back. But the dealers continue to exist because the customer would want to visit the showroom, get a touch and feel of the vehicle before he buys it. I mean, it's almost like a marriage. So you have Bharat Matrimony, you have all those websites. But do you ever marry a person without having physically met a person? I'm sure. So you search online, but you definitely meet physically before you get married. And I think buying a vehicle is almost exactly the same.
So, sir, the future of the vehicle industry, the automobile industry, is probably the hybrid mode, right? Because hybrid mode provides you more creative freedom, more research work in terms of online things. But then at the end, the customer would need to go to a dealer to buy the vehicle or whatever he wants. But when we talk about electric vehicles, which are coming these days, people are quite, although it's a great market, it's a huge market, people are quite adamant to buy them because of the accidents, having EV fires, and all of that. Do you think motivating them and the synergy between the OEMs, between the manufacturers and the dealers together can bring this problem to an end, can bring this structure to a good
Coming to first EV fires, I think EV fires, while it's definitely a huge concern, a safety concern, and that's primarily because of the quality of the goods that are being imported and assembled and sold in India. But the general consumer, the, especially at the bottom of the pyramid, people who are buying unbranded two-wheelers, people who are buying them just for the cost of it, they are not really concerned with EV fires, while they are the ones which are at the maximum risk because the economics of buying an EV is so attractive that they let go the safety factor and still go ahead and buy an EV. Coming to hybrids, yes. So hybrid is probably the next step after an pure IC engine when you graduate towards an EV. But India being an extremely price conscious market, a hybrid vehicle will always be far more expensive as compared to an
India
EV.
is currently like not just a cost-friendly market or cost factor market, but India is already. You have seen that we have been becoming more of the safety-conscious market these days. The people, the consumer, the buyers are more concerned about the safety point of view as well. So, according to that thing, is the customer still relevant for him to buy the EV?
So, like I told you, safety is a myth. And why I'm saying safety is a myth is that the government mandated giving a helmet to every two-wheeler customer as a part of the vehicle. So, every two-wheeler we deliver, we also give him a helmet which he's supposed to buy. But still, almost 70% of the people that you find on roads are not wearing helmets. If they were extremely safety conscious, they would never have done it. Same is the story about seat belts. Seat belts on the front row have been mandated almost about a decade back. You will find that 80% of the people will not really wear a seat belt while driving their cars. So I think safety is a myth. While people talk of features, they'll buy a vehicle with 6 airbags because it says 6 airbags. But will they wear a seat belt which is a trigger to the airbags? I don't think so. So I think safety is a myth, and therefore A price conscious customer is still going and buying an unsafe EV because it makes economic sense to buy and use that vehicle.